Hello students, this is Mr. Ngubo. I'm going to take you through the lesson number 4, which is our last lesson for our module 3 under Human Resource Management and 6 in farming. Right, we are dealing with the same topic, which is topic number 3, right? Please bring your textbook, Farm Management. The publisher is J.L. van Schaik. We are doing module number 4, which is workforce behaviors at workplace. Pages is from page 172 to page 183. So please bring the textbook, the pen and paper, and together with the facilitation summary by Mr. Ngubo. Workforce behaviors at the workplace is our module. We are going to look at employees' behavioral actions that lead to problems, and then employees' behavioral problems now, measures, corrective measures that need to be taken. Right, our learning outcome to understand the different types of employees' behavioral actions that become business problems, and the factors of actions in the workplace. What are the factors? What causes them? Right, to understand the different types of employees' behavioral problems using corrective measures or guidelines or method in the workplace for each behavioral problem. So you must apply the corrective measure. Okay, let's move on. Okay, as I mentioned, our topic is workforce motivation. We are going to look at workforce behaviors at workplace. Right, it involves the different employees' behavioral problems or actions, and the corrective measures needs to be taken against employees in the workplace. So what we are dealing with different employees' behavioral actions, right, that lead to a problem, and then we're going to apply the corrective measures, right, that needs to deal or needs to be taken against the employees with such behavioral actions. Right, the first one will be the employees turnover, the movement of employees into and out of the businesses or business and replaced by the new ones. This is the behavior that is happening around the working environment. People are resigning, are going somewhere else. They are moving in and out. What causing that? Maybe can be the lack. It's not limited. These are such factors that we are using, but it's not limited to this. Right? Lack of induction, lack of communication, incorrect recruitment and selection, limited promotional possibilities. I will agree very much with these two. Incorrect recruitment and selection. People wants to be a teacher, but he was not born to teach, right? Limited promotional positions, right? If you cannot be promoted, there is nothing, right? Let's look at the second action. Absentism. It is the intentional or habitual failure of employees to report for work in the business. It has a common reasons of being absent from work for physical illness and accident. These are common. It has a common reasons of being absent from work for physical illness and accident. So it's one of the things that we are picking up that causes the absenteeism. But these ones are normally being reported. Most of these are not reported. Absenteeism. All right. Factors causing absenteeism. Personal problem, right? We're saying illness, injuries, stress, burnout, and time theft. Others are just stealing the time. Job dissatisfaction. Employees not committed to their work. They're always absent at work. Transportation. Poor transport routes or issues. If you are having problem issues with transport as well. Care of children, child or elder care issues. You are just the person who is taking care of your siblings. You're taking care of your siblings or your mother, your father's children. Substance abuse, low work morale caused by substances. We are going to touch this one as well. Causing absenteeism. It's a problem itself. Age and gender. The lack of flexibility on doing personal things. Young people, at work, they want to be in and out of work. They don't want to be at work, but they apply to go to work. They applied for the position. They don't apply their mind to go to work. So this is the problem. The gender, you may find there are males who want to do something. Females who wants to go shopping, who wants to go do that. This is one of our factors. Right. Employees, the third one. Employees' substance or drug abuse. It is the use of substance in large amounts or by methods which are harmful to persons or others' situation. Right? Factors causing the substance abuse. Family historical of addiction. Your father and your mother were smoking, and also you follow suit when you grew up. Early use or exposed to substances. Smoking, drinking, you expose at your early age, and then now you are doing it in the workplace. Peer or co-workers pressure, lack of family involvement, mental health disorder. Right? When you're looking at this, these are the factors that are causing what? The substance or the drug abuse. Consequences now of the first three that we spoke about, which is the employees turnover, the absentism, the substance abuse. It leads to the decrease in productivity in the business. It leads to employees' motivation weakening. It leads to employees' increase in unfriendliness. It leads to interaction breakdown. So when a person resigns from this company going to another company, so there is what? There is a decrease in productivity. There is a motivation weakening in terms of that group, maybe social relationship that was there. There is an increase of unfriendliness, though it's no more there. Right? And the interaction breakdown. So you are no more speaking to that particular individual that used to be with you. That also applies when you're absent and when we're using substance abuse. Let's move on. Employees conflict. It's a clash between employees at the workplace where there are two parties disagree on how to reach a particular goal. Right? That is a conflict. Factors causing employees conflicts: poor working environment, poor management and communication, unfair or ill treatment of employees, employees with different perceptions, inadequate training for employees. Now let's look at conflict. All right, this is a clash between employees. Poor working environment. Right, let's look at the application. Poor management and communication. Unfair or ill treatment of employees. They are not treated the same. Employees with different perceptions. We're coming with different ways of doing things. And then you are telling me there's another way, which I was not thinking of, which is I'm also against with. Right? Inadequate training. No training was given to me, but a particular individual was given a training that's going to cause conflict. Employees' frustration. It's a human emotion that occurs whenever a highly motivated employee encounters barriers that prevents an employee from reaching a desired goal. The barriers may be physical, psychological, or symbolic. And if the employee cannot get around the barrier, frustration develops and the personal behavior changes. Remember, this is a motivated employee. It being frustrated by something, lack of resources. You want me to maybe to euthanize one of that particular animal that is having a problem, and then I don't have that one. You want me to take the cows to the dip, and there is no tick medication. Lack of supervision. You want me to do something, but I've got no supervisor next to me. Inadequate training for employees. So you want me to do something, but I'm not trained to drive a car, to go and feed the animals. I don't have a driving license. I was not even trained to drive a tractor. Right. Consequences or results of conflict and frustration. It's lead to employees to resign from the organization. It's lead to employees to become involved in petty argument. It's lead to employees to engage in industrial sabotage. So there are things, people, that they will do on purpose because they are not happy. So conflicts and frustration, it must be cancelled with one word. You must be happy at work. Then you won't have conflict and frustration. Right. Let's look at employees' behavioral problems, corrective measures. Right. These are corrective measures taken against employees' behavioral problems using guidelines or methods in the workplace. Right. Let's look at the guidelines to overcome employees' turnover. Enforce discipline measures. For what? For employees' turnover. For absenteeism. This is more applicable for absenteeism. Right? Strong employees supervision in terms of employees turnover and absenteeism. This is more likely on absenteeism. Formal absent attendance policy. So maybe absenteeism can lead to employees turnover. You are always being absent, and then enforcement were not there applied, but now you resigned. All right. Record an administrative system on absenteeism. Collect and analyze absenteeism data for employees. Keep communication in line open and have personal contacts. Compensation, reward for good behavior. So if you are having these guidelines or method for employees turnover and absenteeism, because absenteeism can lead to employees turnover. Right. Let's look at the guidelines to overcome substance abuse. Provide individual support. Provide substance abuse recovery programs. Provide behavioral counseling to employees. Creation of individual health data system. So these are the 4 methods that you can use to overcome the employee's substance or drug abuse. Maybe you can have a clinic in the organization or nearby where you take your staff to. Okay, methods to overcome conflicts and frustration. Facilitate the formation of a common goal. Increase communication to correct misunderstanding to develop relations. Organize the intergroup problem-solving sessions based on conflict resolution. Ensure that the resources of the business are spread evenly across employees. Make sure it is managed by a professional person in taking charge in resolution. Professional person taking charge. Remember, if the conflict or the frustration was not taken care of by a professional person or a neutral person, it can lead to more arguments or more frustration in terms of the situation. Okay. Let's look at the summary of lesson number 4, workforce behaviors at workplace. This summarizes the different types of employees' behavioral action that becomes business problems and action factors causing problems in the workplace. Okay. It also gives the employees' behavioral problems corrective measures using guidelines or methods to deal with employees' behavioral actions in the workplace. Right, let's go back. We cover the methods to overcome conflict and frustration, the methods to overcome substance or drug abuse, the methods to overcome employees' turnover and absenteeism. We also look at the 5 problems that are happening or actions that are coming within the organization, which is frustration and the causes, together with conflict. And we looked at the consequences, the results of it, of both. We also look at the conflict. We also look at the big 3, which is staff turnover, the absenteeism, and the drug abuse. and then we look at the consequences, the results of that, of the big three. There is absenteeism and the factors. We look at employees turnover and the factors. And then I think we've covered all outcomes in terms of subject and learning. As I mentioned, I'm Mr. Ngubo. I was taking you through the workforce behaviors at the workplace for our module number 4, which is our last module. Our module 3, which is lesson number 4. So as we conclude today, this module, I will say enjoy the rest of the day. I will see you when we are going to take our topic or module number 4. I thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day.